Thank you very much for watching. Today I'll be reacting to crazy stories I found on the internet. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
So I ghosted my boyfriend on New Year's Eve and I have not spoken to him since. Before I get into this, I just want to say that me and my boyfriend, we have been together for a year. Well, almost a year, 11 months. A year on February 2nd, we will have been together. Okay? My boyfriend is also 34, grown man. He also is a homeowner, has a pretty good job, and also has a business that he's starting. So let's start there, right? So recently, I obviously, like you all have known, I have become unemployed. And I have not been able to find a job. I have put in like 30 applications a day. I've got nothing, like barely even an interview. I've gone on 2 interviews. So I've been literally struggling, and I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. Okay. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna keep it together for this. I'm not gonna get stressed out. I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. It's something so crazy about having hundreds of thousands of dollars one day and then the next day having nothing. But that's what's going on right now. And so I am vulnerable with my man, and I go, hey, I'm gonna need to like stay with you for a little while I get myself together. Like, I don't have anything on the rent. And so I'm gonna need to move with you while I get myself together. Mind you, I said he has his own house, his own 3-bedroom apartment in a nice neighborhood. He also has a best friend. His best friend lives with him, mind you, and has been living with him for however many years he's like lived there, almost the whole time he's lived there. And so I'm like, if his best friend can live with him, why not his girlfriend, you know? So I'm like, hey, I need a place to stay. Which honestly, in hindsight, I should have even have to ask for that. He knew I was struggling. He should have said, hey, let me take something off of your plate. Like, come stay with me so that you can breathe and get this.
That's exactly what I was thinking watching this video. If somebody you care about is struggling, I think the natural thing to do would be to reach out to them and see if you can help them in any way. Based on what she said, she's already actively looking for a job. She's not asking for handouts. She's just needing a little bit of help. And if he really cared about her, he should have helped her just a little bit. You don't have to pay all her bills, but help her with a few bills, you know. I feel like that's what I would do for somebody I care about. You know, they won't have to ask me, oh, I need help, before I know that, oh, I need to go help them, right?
Cared about me. He would have said, really cared about me. He would have said that, but he didn't. He sat there and he watched me struggle, and then watched me get to the point where I was like, hey, I just need a break. Like, I'm literally so depressed. I'm losing my mind. I can't find anything. Can you please help me? And he said, no. He said, no. He said, no, you cannot live with me. Mind you, living with him is free. Doesn't cost him anything. He said, no, I can't live with him. At first he goes, oh, I like that we have our own places to retreat to when we get into our arguments. And wrong answer. Number one, when we get into arguments, we never leave.
He said no. That's crazy. I feel like even if it's someone that I just know casually, if you need a place to stay, that's just basic human decency, right? She's not asking to move in with him permanently. She's just asking him for help until she finds a job or she finds a way to pay her bills. And you call this man your boyfriend? Okay.
Never leave. Like, we stay in the same room and we continue to talk it out until we work it through, which I think is a really good habit that we have and a really good green flag that we have in our relationship. Yes, do we get into arguments? So does everyone. Yes, do I lose my cool? I'm a woman, but I rein it back in and we figure it out, and nobody goes home. So that's a weird thing to say. We've never even done that. Second of all, that sounds like a problem to me, not a solution. When we get into arguments, we should not be leaving, because what happens when we get married? There is no way to go. We both live in the same house. So maybe that's not a good habit to start. Being that we have not started yet, maybe let's not start that now. On our very first day, I
feel like everybody handles conflict differently. Some people like to retreat and then come back later and have a conversation about what's going on. So in my opinion, that's not really a red flag.
told him that I wanted to be engaged within a year. I said, after a year, I want to be engaged. He said that's plenty of enough time for someone to know whether or not they want to get married or not. This is what he said. We have talked about it, I shit you not, probably 10 times throughout this year. And never once did he say, I don't think this is going well enough for that to be a realistic goal anymore. Never once did he say, hey, like, let's pump the brakes. I don't think that we're doing that well for it to get to that. So I'm thinking we're doing well. We're on schedule. After a year or a year and a half, we'll probably get engaged. Then he goes, I don't think I want to live with someone again until I'm married to them, which is some new boundary that he literally just made up because he's never said that the whole time we've been together. And I go, maybe it's not a good idea that you live with someone after you already got married to them, because what if you guys are not compatible to live together and you don't know that until after you're already married? Then what? That's really dumb, actually. And so I'm like, okay, that's a completely new thing, but granted, it's been a year. We set our goal for a year. Are we going to get married? And he goes, no, that was your goal. Since when was this my goal? It was my goal, but like, I thought we were in agreement, because you never said that we weren't in agreement. Clearly, I made all this up in my head, and this was never a goal. I just thought it was a goal because I continuously talked about it, and he never said that it was unrealistic. As a matter of fact, he said the quite opposite, that it was a realistic goal to have. And never once, as we neared to the end of that year, did he ever say, hey, I don't think we're close to being married. So imagine my surprise when he says, I don't think we're close to being married. We still have things to figure out. Because a couple of nights ago, I got super irritated at him and yelled at him and told him to leave my house. And apparently that's enough of a reason for him to be like, whoa, I don't want to marry her. All right. So yeah. And so I said, hey, I'm actually scared that I'm going to be homeless because I said, I'm actually thinking I'm going to be homeless because I don't have a job and these bills keep coming and I can't do it no more.
Unfortunately, I don't think this man sees you in his future. You're probably just somebody that he's entertaining for right now until he finds his wife. I'm sorry. It might sound harsh, but I think that's not somebody that really sees you in his future for the long term.
I'm tapped out of resources. And I think I'm gonna end up, if you don't let me live with you, I'm gonna end up in my car, living in my car, something like being actually homeless. And he goes, well, plenty of millionaires have lived in their car before.
How is that helpful?
What the fuck? So basically he said, yeah, no, I'm not gonna help you. I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. I know it's hard, but basically he told me that you never really do have anybody to depend on, and you come alone in this world, and you are your own person, and you should be your number one priority because nobody else is going to be dependable, which I translated to, he is not someone I can depend on. Why would I ever marry someone that I can't depend on?
That's crazy. What? Oh my goodness. I'm short of words. I don't even know what to say. Like, that's the best you can do. You can't even offer her your couch. Worst case scenario. I feel like I'll treat an acquaintance better than this. Like, what? And this man is your boyfriend? This is crazy. I don't know. This is just crazy.
I'm a dependable person. I've had friends that I've let stay with me, that I've given a place to stay for free, that I've been able to like say, hey, you can lean on me. Like, don't worry about nothing. Take a break. I got you. So if I can be dependable to my friends, you can be dependable to your girlfriend. It's not a crazy concept. Yeah, we do come in this world alone, but relationships are the whole reason of everything. You should be able to depend on the people around you, on your community. They should be people that you can say, hey, you do owe a responsibility to the people you love and the people you care about. And apparently he doesn't think that way, and I don't think I can be in a relationship with someone who doesn't think that way. And so I decided that I kind of ghosted him. I just stopped talking to him, and I probably will never speak to him again. That really turned me off. And yeah, that's why I broke up with my boyfriend, because he said it was okay that I be homeless. I should be homeless while he goes home to his 3-bedroom house in a nice neighborhood and rubs his feet together under his nice comforter set, his nice sheet set, and watches his 70-inch TV on the wall and twiddles his thumbs together while I'm out in my car in the cold. Talking about he's going to get me a blanket for Christmas so I don't be cold. You gonna get you a new bitch for Christmas.
What's a blanket gonna do for you, huh? What's a blanket going to do for you when it's freezing outside and you're in your car? Come on, let's be for real. This is what I think. This is just my theory. I think he either checked out of the relationship a long time ago, Or maybe he's planning on breaking up with her, and then now she's suggesting that she wants to come live with him, and that will make his life a lot harder. I don't think this man ever thought about you as his future partner. You were just the right now girl. But even at that, that's cold though. Come on, that's cold. He is comfortable letting his friends stay in his place, so I will assume that he has some compassion. So why can't he let you stay with him for just a few weeks until you figure out your life? His mortgage is not going to go up by letting you stay with him. So I don't understand what the big deal with letting you stay with him is. I really cannot understand the thought process of this man. I honestly cannot. Alright, I'm gonna read some of the comments and let me know what you think. Okay, this person say a man who loves you will never watch you struggle ever. I totally agree. If somebody loves you, they will never watch you struggle. I can't think of a good reason for a man that cares about you to do this to you. I just don't think he cared about you at all. And I'm glad that you left him.
Okay, so I have come to clear my name because it's getting crazy in the comments. I just want to answer some questions and clarify some things about the situation of, if you didn't watch the last video, basically my boyfriend said I should live in, it's okay that I'd be homeless, live in my car, and he wasn't going to help me. I think this whole situation, I've just finished crying. This whole year has just been horrible for me, but y'all don't care. Let's get straight to it. So the roommate situation, when he moved in that house, people were asking me, how do I know it's his house? I know it's his house because when I first even went to this house, he had like frames on the wall, like pictures of himself that he had blown up and put on the wall in the living room. Also, he has like pictures of when he bought the house, like holding a little, sold sign. When I asked him about why he had his best friend living with him, he told me that a little while after he had moved in, he had started to it was quiet. He didn't say he was lonely. He said that it was quiet. The house was too quiet. I don't know if he asked the best friend or the best friend asked him, but the best friend lives there. Is he paying bills? People are asking me, is the best friend paying rent? I don't know, y'all. I know for sure that he's not paying utilities. I don't know if he's paying rent or not. He's also not the only person that lives in that house, okay? He has this Asian guy that is living with him in the 3rd bedroom, because there's 3 bedrooms. When I first asked him, how does he know this Asian guy? He said that he was a friend of a friend.
So he's comfortable letting his best friend stay with him. And this Asian guy that you don't know who he is really. But he's not comfortable accommodating you, his girlfriend, somebody that he loves supposedly. Come on. Yeah, it's a good thing you broke up with.
One of his friends, I think in DC or New York, something like that, had a friend who was moving to Charlotte for a job and needed a place to stay. That's what his original story was. When I asked him again, like when we were talking about the roommate situation and me feeling like, I don't think you should have roommates, you have a good job. He was saying like, oh, me and the Indian, we're good friends. We're really good friends. Him and the Asian guy, we're really good friends. I don't know when they became really good friends, because at first he said that it was a friend of a friend. I don't know if he's a liar, or, technically it's possible that he started off as a friend of a friend and became really good friends with him. But now he's telling me, oh, that's his really good friend. So here's when I realized that, and it's the Indian.
So basically, this Asian guy, he didn't really know him very well before he let him come stay with him. But it's a problem accommodating his own girlfriend. This is just not adding up. It doesn't make any sense. I really think this guy wanted to break up with you, and this is just his best way to get out without feeling bad.
Man paying rent? I don't know, y'all. And these are probably questions I should have asked, but I didn't want to get too deep into his business. He's also super mysterious. Like, he answers questions in a way that makes me think that he don't want to answer them. So here's when I realized that maybe it's not what I seen. I was on Facebook scrolling. I found this like roommate group on Facebook of people posting like, I'm renting this room, and people who are looking to move into people's houses. I find this group. I already think y'all already know what's about to happen. I find this group. I'm scrolling in the group, looking at all the possibilities of people renting their rooms in Charlotte, because maybe I might be homeless, maybe I might need to rent a room. So I come across a house, and I'm like, hold on. I know this house. I've seen this house before. This is his house. I clicked the profile. This is his name. So he's renting a room in his house for $1,000, utilities included. So I don't know if it's his best friend that's moving out or the Asian guy. I assume it's the Asian guy. His best friend is 40, mind you. And he's been living there for a while. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. But I'm assuming that the Asian guy moved out. He never told me that the Asian guy was moving out. He never discussed this with me. I mean, it's not my house, but we had conversations about like if we're gonna get married, we can't get married if there's people living here. And he decided to omit that information. Why he decided not to tell me that the Asian guy was moving, I'm sure he had his reasons, but he never told me that. It was a big shock and surprise. When I texted him about it, he said, "Oh," I said, "Is this your house?" He said, "Oh, LOL, yeah, that's my house."
Wow.
Whatever that means.
Wow.
Okay, so the other thing.
Wow. So that means he even had extra room in his house, but yet he couldn't accommodate you. I understand that, yes, he probably doesn't want to lose the income he has coming from the other room, but you're also not asking him to let you stay forever. And you're not also saying that you are never going to contribute to bills. You're just saying, help me out until I get a job. You're still looking for a job. You just need somebody to help you for a few weeks until you get your life together. I feel like that's something you do for a friend, somebody that you don't even know very well, someone that like an acquaintance. That's something you do for somebody that you don't even love, but just as a human being you help people out, right?
Whatever that means. Okay, so the other thing I want to speak on, because there's so much to say and it's not even going to fit in this video either. So he's African, he's Ghanaian. A lot of people ask what ethnicity he was. He's African. He is currently in Africa. He left the day before Thanksgiving. He's been gone ever since. This is not the first time he's gone to Africa. When I said he has an okay job, I meant he has a good job. He makes 6 figures at his job. He's highly educated. He also has a business that he's starting on the side. He's doing, I don't want to tell you too much information because I don't want y'all to know who he is, because I don't know. And he's doing real estate. He's starting a real estate company in Ghana. He's there right now checking on the house that he's building to sell. He's building a house there to sell. He's gone to Ghana before. In like June to August, he went to Ghana. He said he was going to stay for a month. He stayed for 2.5 months. It created a significant strain in our relationship, but he came back, everything was fine. He decided to tell me that he was going to go to Ghana throughout the holiday season. I said, I don't think that's a good idea. This is our first holidays together. I think we should be together for our very first holidays. He tells me, no, I have to go. I have to go. I need to oversee some things that are going on with the project. It's way past due. The house has been supposed to be built. I need to be there. I'm thinking, what kind of things are they going to be doing over the holiday season? Like, it's freaking Christmas. What are they going to be doing? Like, what tools are you going to get in? People are going to be on break. But he said that he needed to be there to oversee some things. He did not take no for an answer. And then when I pushed him about it, he said, well, you get to see your family all the time. I want to go see my family.
But why can't you go with him though? I would assume that would be a very great opportunity for you to meet his family. I mean, if you guys are dating, at some point you want to meet his family, right? And I feel like this is going to be a perfect opportunity for you to meet them.
Now it becomes less of I'm going to check on the house and more of I want to see my family for Christmas. What he's really doing there, I don't know. Do I think that maybe he has a secret family there because people keep asking me that? I don't know, man. I don't know the damn thing. I'm focused on the bills, okay? I need somebody to pay these bills. I'm not concerned about if he has secret families in Ghana. He said he would be back before New Year's. Clearly he's a liar, so he's not here. He's still not here. And I think that space, though, was what I needed to give me distance to be able to look at the relationship from a different point of view. Also, for the people that are asking me, why can't I just go live with my parents? My father is dead. He died to cancer when I was 12, and my mom is not really doing well. Also, I live in a completely different state than all my family lives in, and I don't even know if I have the funds to travel to a different state. When we had the conversation about me moving in and I told him that I needed to move in with him, I asked him, y'all. I know I said in the video, but I asked him, I said if it was okay, and that's why he gave me the response that no, it's not okay. He ended up saying we're not moving in until we're married, so if you're ready to get married, I'm ready to get married. Really, that's not the proposal of my dreams. I don't know if it's anybody else's proposal, and I don't know if he was serious or not, but to say oh, we got married because I was almost homeless is not the proposal of my dreams. It was very demeaning.
Someone that loves you and cares about you will not be comfortable knowing that you don't have a roof over your head for the cold winter months and travel all the way to another continent and enjoy himself for Christmas. Like, that's just not how it works. If he cares about you, he will care about your well-being. You know, he will care about if you have a roof over your head, if you have food to eat. That's just basic things you do for people you care about. So I don't think this man was ever going to propose.
For him to just say that, like, oh, let's just get married then. Since you're ready to move in, let's just get married. That was very demeaning. I didn't appreciate that. I didn't like that. And I felt like that was the catalyst for me to say, I don't, even if you offered me a place to stay right now, I wouldn't even move in, because now I feel like I've begged you for it. I don't want anything that I had to fight for. I don't want a man to do something for me because I begged him to do it. I want him to do something for me because he wants to do something for me. So if you don't have it in you, you're not my man. Maybe you're somebody else's man, but this isn't going to be for me. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Like, this is the highlight of my year because it's been horrible. It's been hard, but I thank everybody for saying nice things and backing me, because I was starting to think that maybe I was the one in the wrong and that I had unrealistic goals. So thanks everybody for saying that I was not asking for too much and he should have been there for me. So this has been a really humbling experience for me. This year has been the year of humbling, 2024, and hopefully we don't do this again, because baby, I ain't got the enemy to be fighting.
Of course, you're not in the wrong in this situation. Like, showing care for people that you love is just basic human instinct, in my opinion, though. Just my opinion. If you love somebody, you care about their well-being. And from what this man has demonstrated, he doesn't care about your well-being. Unfortunately, it looks like you have to move on with your life. I know you probably cared about him a lot, but that's how it is. This is not the kind of man you want to marry. I don't know if he has a family in Ghana or not, but I won't be too surprised. I've heard so many stories of men having families back at home in Africa and then coming here and having a girlfriend, and I won't be too surprised. Maybe that's what influenced his decision. That might very well be it though. I'm going to read some of the top comments. A lot of the top commenters say, ma'am, he has a whole family back in Ghana. And I won't be too surprised if that's the case. Unfortunately, maybe that's why he said no. This other person says, so he got a room for everyone but you. Make that make sense. That's my exact thoughts. Like, how are you more comfortable accommodating a friend of a friend than your girlfriend? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. You know, it's not as if you're asking him to move in permanently. You're just asking him for help until you find a job, you know. This other person says, girl, I'm sorry, he definitely has a wife and kid in Ghana. I'm so sorry he wasted your time. This might actually be very well the reason why he behaved like this. But then why would he propose to her though if he has a wife and kids in Ghana? Like, that's just odd, right? Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And please let me know what you think in the comments. Is this story not crazy?